book of all strengths, whether thematic or I think artistic. All the way in the back.
My question is, where in the Dominican Republic are you from, and how much of yourself do you see in Junior in Brown and Junior in Oscar Lau?
Yeah, where am I from for the Dominican Republic? I am from, my mother is from Asua. My father's from Santiago. Oh, we have an Aswana over there, an Aswana? Yes, Asua is a very interesting place. It's the only desert in the Caribbean, you know. So very different and interesting people. My father's from Santiago, the heart of Santo Domingo. I was raised in the capital, in a neighborhood called Villajuana. How much of me is in the characters? Strange question, because no matter what, you know I'm gonna lie, you know. But with that given, I feel like Junior in Junior in Drown is me minus the laughs, yeah? Minus the laughs, minus two sisters and another brother, yeah? And minus being kind of smart. Oscar, even though Oscar is Junior, the narrator taps a lot of who I am, in some ways, because I was when I went to college, I was like a big meathead. I like lifted weights all the time. Yeah, I delivered pool tables, so I was like already super muscly. And then I like lifted tons of weights, and I would run like 6 miles a day, and then go to my job, and then go to the gym. Then I would come home from work, go out, and then I would come home and then lift weights again. You know, so I was like, I had like real body issues. Like most young people of color, you know, we got some issues. And so Junior felt kind of like more honestly me in college. I kind of didn't hide my nerdiness as much as Junior does in the book. Yeah. Again, I had a terrible kind of weird college experience. I worked full time, and I was like a musclehead, and I was always like, out of my mind on something. And so I didn't mind being nerdy because nobody was ever going to say anything to me. Yeah, they really just didn't. I was just this kind of fucked up kid with huge pecs and biceps. So if I was walking around talking about, I just read that new Akira comic book, and people were like, kid's slightly nuts. So I think we're almost done. We'll take a few more questions. You guys have been very, very kind. Here up front? Yes?
So, I'm from South NYC, and
Damn.
I really, so the second you write the book, I was just like, where did you get South NYC for this prostitute? First of all, the population like 10.
Yeah, and they're almost all white, yo.
Right! I'm half the population. Anyway, so yeah, and it's kind of a very religious place, too, I feel like. I don't know, dude, I just want to know what happened, and why does this lady come from there? And why is she, like, not like anybody who's actually come from... Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
But yeah, just discuss.
So that made you unhappy a little? Yeah, Sawan Iglesia, because of its religiosity, kind of cracked me up. And this is terrible. I was like, who am I going to make to be the prostitute in the book? So I found the most religious place I've been to in Santo Domingo to sort of put the knife in. Yeah, I just needed to put the knife in, you know? Because this idea that like, it just, the piety of the place used to drive me nuts. I had friends from there who were like, seriously, you know, and they just drove me nuts with their piety because these are the same people who would be like beating the crap out of their fucking kids. You know, getting super fucked up and like driving drunk. on Grand Concourse. So I'm like, oh, clearly there could be a sex worker from there. Oh, but no, I'm sorry. You're saying you never saw it there. Well, because she didn't practice there. Yeah, I'm not sure that's what happened to her character. I feel like that's I feel like that's a little like ungenerous. I think that just because you're from a place, doesn't mean you have an enormous amount of life outside that place, and things don't happen. You know, I think that it's too sort of deterministic to assume that just because she's from this place, it determined her entire life. You know, I think that's. For me, that's too simplistic. I find that a village can as much generate a serial killer as it can generate, an honest, sober president. And I think for me, that was part of the reason I picked that. The idea that any place is excused from generating the full range of humanity just seems unlikely to be. It just seems unlikely. I think that if you were able to take a camera and interview 1,000 people living in the diaspora who are from that region of Santo Domingo, I think you'd be amazed how much people's lives transform when they leave. Yeah? And I think the point of the story certainly is that something happened to her when she left there. And I guess that's what I wanted to sort of get at. But it's tough, man. I feel like you're down for the cause. Say again? But I didn't get it from there. Do you really think that? I feel like you could go on a trip to San Iglesia and I could introduce you to people who've been sexually abused there. No, it's like seriously sexually abused. Sure, I'm not talking about you, or you're going to All right, we're going to leave that one. But thank you, though. It's okay. I don't mind. People from Tijuana keep asking me, where are the guns, dude? My friends who are, armed to the teeth. They're like, oh, come on, you got to give us some guns. So you can't fucking get anything right. Final 2 questions. Let's do it. This young man here.
I do.
In front.
I had 55 questions probably since this all started, but I really just want to say that person that you described that would read your novel, that dream that you have of reading your novel and realizing that they do have a reflection out there, that is me. I mean, Oscar Wilde, the experience of reading that book, I can't express how much it changed my life. Just, and it was all, the magic was really in the details. Every time I saw something that was a reflection of my life or my experience, it just it was a whole new literary experience for me. It was amazing, and I just want to thank you for that. And also, I wanted to know if you are working on a new novel or what your next project is going to be.
Yeah, God, thank you. Thank you so much, just across the board. I am trying to work on a new project, but everything I try just sucks. It just keeps, I have to dump it. So I started this project recently, and you guys read, you read that Eat, Pray, Love. No, you didn't read it? Come on. Anyway,